What's up guys, it's Joseph, and this is a BCM Gunfighter trigger guard, Mod 0, black polymer, roll pin in the back and a screw in the front, and I've installed this on tons of lowers. Tons of space in the trigger area, but the best thing is that it's flat back here, so when it's on your finger, it's just something flat pressing down on your finger, so there's no discomfort. And it works with every type of grip, so here's a B5. Here's a BCM Mod 3, so it has this little bill, and here it is with the Magpul K2. If your lower's trigger guard ears are full length, then it'll be flush at the bottom. If your lower receiver has stubby trigger guard ears, there will be a little bit of polymer below the receiver, but that is still very comfortable against your finger because it's such a broad piece of polymer that's pressing down with the weight. And every time I've installed one of these, the holes have always lined up perfectly. And so recently I needed a trigger guard for this lower. I called 3 local shops. None of them had the BCM trigger guard, so I went ahead and bought this one from my closest shop. Here's the B5 on a Daniel Defense lower. Tons of space in there. But I do have a couple issues with this one. So first of all, the design allows the ears of the lower receiver to come down past flush. So if I simulate a little weight down onto my finger, it will leave little dents, not as comfortable as it being flat in the back. And my other issue was that the hole in the front would not line up. So it was a little bit off, like about that much. And so I had to, file down the top of the trigger guard in order to get it to get high enough so that the holes lined up and I can get the screw in there. And here's the B5 inside of an Anderson lower, and the holes still don't line up. But this time I don't even think I have to file the top, since it's not touching at the top. It looks like it's actually running into this little edge of the bottom. So yeah, I just had to cut this with a sharp utility knife so that the trigger guard could seat all the way up and the holes would line up. And since the B5 trigger guard is not flat in the back over here, you can't just use like a Mod 3 with a duckbill to get your comfort back, since it runs into each other. So I'm just gonna mark up the trigger guard and then cut off a little bit of the polymer so I can get this to seat all the way up. Alright guys, that's about it for this comparison. Lots of reasons to choose the BCM over the B5. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down below. Like, subscribe, and share, and then I'll talk to you guys next time. On the screen is how the B5 used to look, and here's my modded trigger guard with the flat back. So after some careful modification of the B5, I was able to get the BCM Mod 3 installed.